What's up guys, Juno here from Tinybot Korea. Now I'm excited to tell you about the release of a brand new product we have, and that's our EVOX Windshield Protection Film. And today, I'm going to go over why you need windshield protection film for your vehicle, and I'm also going to go over what separates all the different windshield protection films on the market from ours by showing you the quality through tests that we will perform. Now before we get started, let's first talk about why you would need windshield protection film for your vehicle. First reason, visibility, which is safety. When there's inclement weather or heavy rains, your vision is heavily obstructed. You got to be able to see what's in front of you to make sure you're safe and the passengers inside your vehicle are safe. Another reason is UV protection. Our EVOX windshield protection film blocks 99.9% of harmful UV rays, making sure you and your passengers are protected from the sun. And of course, the meat and bones of it all, impact resistance. Any stones or rocks that fly out at your vehicle's windshield, we got you covered. It's going to prevent any cracks or chips happening to the surface. Now we're setting up for the test, but maybe you've heard all of this before. All about the clarity, all about the impact resistance, all about the UV protection. Maybe this all sounds run-of-the-mill to you. Now that's where we're going to come in with the test and show you how our film is different, because our film is EPU based. That's elastomeric polyurethane, not your traditional TPU that's used on body panels of cars that's prevalent on the market. Most windshield films are still TPU based, which is not the best in terms of impact resistance, clarity, and UV protection. So we're going to show you how our film is different than the ones that are on the market. What I'm going to do now is the anti-pollutant test. And for this test, we're going to use a permanent marker, or a Sharpie. Now the reason why we use a Sharpie is because a Sharpie ink has a very strong chemical inside it. Once it goes on, it's really hard to take off. And if it's able to repel this, then it's able to repel bird droppings, tree sap, bugs, you name it, right? And if you allow those kind of contaminants to stay on the surface, it seeps into the film itself, ruining your vision because it causes a haze and staining. So come in close. Now this is your traditional TPU film that's on the windshield, and this is our EVOX EPU-based film. Now I'm going to mark them both and see if they come off with a microfiber towel. We'll start off with brand X, which is your traditional TPU-based windshield film. Now if you look at the edges, we left the edges there for you to see that the film is on there, if you can make that out. Now, we'll take the Sharpie and write across the surface. Then we'll take a towel and see if it comes off. Now, as you can see, it's really on there. You can kind of make a dent, but it's not really coming off. Now here we have our EVOX film, which is EPU based. Again, we left the edges for you to be able to see. We'll take the same Sharpie and write across the surface. And immediately, you can already see that it's repelling it. It's not able to bond to the surface. And when we use a microfiber towel on this one, everything comes completely off. We all know that windshield protection films have a top coat layer. This is responsible for the self-healing, the UV protection, the chemical resistance, and the hydrophobicity. The problem is nothing lasts forever, right? So the durability is in question. Now, with traditional TPU, we don't know how long it's going to take before that top coat wears off. But with our EVOX, which is EPU based, the top coat is built within the structure of the film itself, since EPU starts off as a liquid, unlike traditional TPUs, which is simply thermoplastic pellets being melted and bonded together, and the top coat just floating on top. So we're going to take a strong alkaline, which is really strong chemical, throw it on the surface of these windshields and see if the top coat still exists after it's been washed with alkaline. Now here we have brand X again, your traditional TPU windshield film. Now this is just a bottle of water. I'm going to spray the surface and you can see the water bead up, which shows the hydrophobicity. Now over here, this is our EVOX film. Again, I'm going to spray water on the surface and you can see the water beading up, showing that the top coat layer is there. Okay, so we're about to wipe the surface of both windshields. This is the TPU-based brand X, and this is our EPU-based EVOX film. Now, the way it wipes off is going to be different too. Now, you're going to see the water cling to the surface more on your traditional TPU-based film compared to our EVOX film with the top coat mixed in to the formulation. You see how with the EVOX film, it wipes away clean, whereas the water still sticks to the surface with the TPU based. All right, so now we're going to do the alkaline test. We're going to take this alkaline, spray it on the surface of both windshields, and see if the top coat remains after giving it a good alkaline wash. Give it a good scrub. So we're going to leave it on the surface for about 5 minutes, come back, rinse it off, then we'll see if the top coat remains. Again, we have brand X here, your traditional TPU-based windshield film, and we have EVOX EPU-based film here. Again, you can see the repelling. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. We let the alkaline sit on the surface. Now, if you come in close, this is brand X. You can see the difference. This is the alkaline dried up on the surface here. And you can see with EVOX how much repelling went on with the alkaline because it won't allow it to bond with the surface. So we're about to take the water hose and rinse off the alkaline. Kind of get the alkaline off there. Okay, should get a towel. Now again, this is TPU-based brand X, and this is our EPU-based EVOX. We'll see if the top coat still remains. Now, as you can see, it's not beading. The water is sticking to the surface. Now, with EVOX, you can see that the beading is still present. Now for the clarity test, we had the brand X installed on an E-Class, and we had the EVOX installed on the Porsche that you saw in the video previously. Now, we had to film it with our cell phone because a mirrorless couldn't really quite pick up the difference in clarity. So on this video footage of the cell phone, focus on the rooftop of our neighbor's building. And then we zoom in even further. Now, if you look at the rooftop line, you can see there's distortion. And that's distortion in the film itself, where most films, if you look straight forward, everything looks straight. But if you look at an angle, you can see the distortion in the film and the clarity being an issue. Now here with our EVOX film, this zoomed in and zoomed even further. And through each phase, you can tell that the rooftop line is a straight line, showing you how clear the vision is for the passenger inside. Now, what you just saw was the difference in clarity between Brand X, which is your traditional TPU-based windshield protection film, and our new EVOX EPU-based windshield protection film. Now, why is there such a difference? The difference has to do with the way TPU films are made and the way EPU film is made. Now, with TPU, it goes through melted cast extrusion. What is that? That is when you take TPU pellets, melt them, and bond them together. Then they are thickened and cooled with a top coat layer added. However, there's a problem to this. When factories obtain their raw materials, in this case TPU pellets, there's a fixed clarity to the pellets themselves. They can't do nothing about that, right? But with EPU is liquid cast extrusion. That means it starts as a liquid. And hence, being a liquid, we are able to add chemical additives to improve clarity, improve durability. The top coat itself is mixed in within the formula and not just floating on the surface of the film. And so the top coat lasts even longer, performs better, better scratch resistance, better hydrophobicity, as you saw in the tests. So this is why our new EVOX film is the next standard when it comes to windshield protection. And for the impact resistance test, we have a center punch tool. You might have seen this before. Causes glass to break. Now, we have an unprotected mini windshield here. That means no film whatsoever. We have our EPU-based Tinybot EVOX windshield protection film. And we have Brand X, which is the traditional TPU-based film. Now, we're going to try using the center punch and see if the glass breaks or if it doesn't. We'll start with the unprotected glass. So this is the unprotected windshield. Whoa. So this is Brand X, your traditional TPU-based windshield protection film. Okay, well, that was unexpected. Completely shattered. Now this is EVOX. Whoa. I'm almost nervous to do this. It's not cracking, no damage. No damage at all. Okay, so if you notice, you'll see divots in the film, but it didn't break through to the glass. So if I even do it again, it just continues to make divots, but the glass is underneath is protected. There we go. All right, so we're gonna remove the film partly to show you what happens if you don't have the film. Kind of want to stand back. Wait. Whoa. Can never get used to that. Now what you just saw was the impact resistance test. You saw that our EVOX windshield protection film kept the glass underneath safe and unharmed, whereas with Brand X, the TPU-based film failed and the glass shattered completely. So you saw the new standard when it comes to windshield protection. With our EVOX, you get better clarity, better pollutant resistance, better hydrophobicity, better chemical resistance, better durability, and of course, better impact resistance.